Hi everyone, good morning. Welcome to Business. My name is Daryl Kwao. Prices of various petroleum products should witness some significant increase from this weekend. It is coming after marginal reductions over the last 2 months at the pumps. So what is the expected margin of increase for the various products? George Afe has the details.
Based on industry data and our calculations, diesel is expected to go up by a little over 3%. While petrol should be just under 1%. Diesel should go for 5 Ghana cedis, 8 pesos per litre. Or for those who want it in gallons, that should translate into 26 Ghana cedis. So based on this review, it will now cost you a little over 160 Ghana cedis to fill your tank for the week. That is if you're going by the fact that each day we are purchasing each gallon for 26 Ghana cedis. That should represent more than 3 Ghana cedis increase if you are buying the same value post this increase. Litre of petrol, on the other hand, should go for 4 Ghana cedis, 95 pesos, with the gallon being sold at 22 Ghana cedis, 27 pesos. The expected increase is being influenced by the recent depreciation of the Ghana cedi and the slight pickup in prices of petroleum products on the international market, as well as crude. However, based on the deregulation policy, which allows each oil marketing company to set its own price, it is not clear for now whether all the oil marketing companies will start adjusting their prices quickly from this Friday.
Deputy Trade Minister Ahom Kalinse says government is on course to provide an enabling environment, with Ghana ranking 114 on the World Bank Doing Business Index and also improving its ranking on the Corruption Index, scoring 41 out of 100. The Deputy Minister says various economic policies by the government continue to yield the needed results. He spoke to Joy Business on the sidelines of the launch of the Business Enabling Environment Program, BEEP Accountability and Advocacy Project by Development for International Development, together with the Multimedia Group Limited.
We want 100% efficiency today too, but the world doesn't work that way. You just don't wake up and have 100% efficiency. It's a journey we have to take together, and that journey is where the pain comes. But the pain we understand, and we will talk about it to mitigate it. But we still have to take the journey, because we have to get to the way where we get the appropriate revenue for us to do the things the people of Ghana want us to do. We have to get to the place where they also pay, in terms of the importers, the Guta, etc., they pay what they believe is a fair tax for that. And that is what part of the dialogue in terms of engaging. Can we get there tomorrow morning? I wish, but it's just not physically possible. There is no point in taking 3 steps forward and 5 backwards. Net is that you've gone backwards too, and that doesn't help you, and frankly it gets fatigue. So when we look at items like taxation, customs and so forth, there are some bedrocks that are important for the government to allow us to achieve that. Let's look at paying taxes. If we cannot individually identify every single person in this country, how do we know who is paying what tax? And that I'm talking about the Ghana card, because that becomes important for identification of the person. And that is why you have, for instance, the tax identification number in terms of what is engaged in. But these 4 form an example of many that we're involved in. We're involved in over 16 different initiatives we're involved in. But these are 4 important ones. We always start with the journey with the first steps.
All right, so that was Robert Ahom Kalinse on the BEEP project launched by the Department for International Development together with the Multimedia Group Limited. Now, the Customs Division of the Ghana Revenue Authority is urging stakeholders and operators at the ports to support the implementation of the first port rule, expected to take off from the 1st of March. Government intends to implement the first port rule in order to tackle smuggling arising from the transit of goods, mainly meant for landlord countries. In an interview with Joy Business, Commissioner of the Customs Division, Isaac Quentil, said they are hopeful of rolling out this policy on the 1st March date, but need support.
We went to Burkina Faso, Mali, Togo, somewhere, I think, September. Even last week, a team returned from Burkina Faso, and they are waiting. What was hindering us was to get a manifest, electronic manifest at our CTSB. Thankfully, they are working on it. Hopefully, by the end of this month, we will get. And then a team will go back to Burkina Faso and then do a try because you have to send a message to them. We have to transmit the e-manifest to them so that they will do the assessment on the trial basis. That one will be within the period of February. And if everything works well, then by 1st March, we should be starting the first port through. You see, the whole idea about the first port through is to ensure that the neighbors, that is the destination countries, Burkina Faso and Mali, Niger, get their goods, get their revenue. And Ghana will also be free from diverted goods so that our trade statistics will be distorted. And that's why we are pushing that. And it's being practiced in the Eastern Africa. They call it Senge Custom Territory. And it's very, very good that we must all support it to ensure that we achieve that purpose.
And elsewhere, Apple boss Tim Cook has hinted it could lower iPhone prices in some places in an attempt to boost falling sales. Revenue from the iPhone, responsible for most of the firm's profits, fell 15% in its latest financial quarter. Here's more. Overall, Apple's revenue was down 5% from a year ago to about $84.3 billion. The slowdown had been expected after the tech giant warned investors earlier this month that revenue would be about $84 billion lower than expected. The firm had blamed the issues partly on an economic slowdown in China. But Chief Executive Tim Cook said customers were also struggling with the firm's high prices. He said a strong dollar, which makes its products comparatively more expensive, had hurt its sales in emerging markets. Mr. Cook said the tech giant has started this month to reprice its phones to shield customers from the impact of currency fluctuations. Still, executives said they expected the firm's challenges to continue. And those are the latest business stories. Sports is up next with George Addo Jr. Stay tuned.